Hello viewers, in this video we'll solving this question. You have a cycle inscribed in a square. The circumference of the cycle is increasing at a constant rate of 4 inches per second. So we have this. Let's say we have a square. Now we have a cycle. Say you have a cycle. Yeah, this is a cycle inscribed in this square. So let's assume that this will be the radius of the cycle. And what do we know about the cycle? The circumference of the cycle is increasing. So it means the rate of change, dc dt, where c is the circumference of the cycle, is increasing at a rate of what? 4 inch per second. So 4 inch per second. Now, we're told that as the cycle expands, the square also expands to maintain the condition of tangency. So if your r changes, the square will also change. So what will be this part? The distance here is going to be what? Because if this is r, the distance here is going to be what? It's going to be 2r. So it means everywhere, this is a square, so this is 2r also. This also will be 2r. And this distance will also be 2r. Okay. We want to find the rate of change. Don't forget, we have a circumference. What is the formula for circumference of a cycle? Is 2 pi r. Okay. And the first question, A, is what? To A, we're actually looking for the rate of change of the area of the square, right? Find the rate at which the area of the square. So we are looking for dA dt. But what is this A? This A is the what? Is the area of the square. And what will be the area of the square? It's just going to be 2r times what? 2r. So the area of the square is going to be 4r square. This is the area of the square. Now, what do we do from here? We can see that this is going to be dA dt is going to be just 4 is a constant. So here will be 2r dr dt. So simply our dA dt is going to be 8r dr dt. So now, do we have dr dt? Do we have r? Now, let's come back here. Here we already have c. We have c, so let's write the c here. Remember, c is what? 2 pi r. This is the circumference of a circle. So if you differentiate this, dc dt is going to 2 pi is a constant, so you just dr dt. But the question, we have dc dt to be 4, so this is 4 is equals to 2 pi dr dt. So it means the dr dt is going to be 4 over what? 4 over 2 pi. Okay? And definitely this is going to also be inch per second, right? So if we come back here, it means our dA dt is going to be 8r multiplied by dr dt. And dr dt, what is dr dt now? Dr dt is 4 over what? Over 2 pi. So it means the dA dt is going to be what? Just 16 over pi, but multiplied by r. And this is going to be inch per what? Per second as well. Now, can we find what is r? If we can find what is r, then we can know what is the ADT. But looking at the information we have, um, we cannot find r. Yes, because we don't have the area, we don't have the perimeter. Now, if you are dealing with perimeter, then here the formula will be what? In case of perimeter, you will have perimeter is just going to be what? Perimeter is going to be 4 because it's a square. So it's going to be 4 times what? The length of the square, which is 2r. So you have perimeter is equals to 8r, right? Yes. So take note of this. If you are dealing with area, this would be the area, and this would be what? 8r. Then you can differentiate, you can get it easily. But here, I think our answer has to be in terms of r because we don't know the radius. It's not given, and we are not given perimeter nor area that we can find r. Okay, but in the case of perimeter, it will be fine because for perimeter, by the time you differentiate it, r will go away, so you can get it easily. Now, this is then b. Let's see b. What can we say about b? B is asking for what? At the instance when the area of the cycle is what? Is 36. Okay, good. So here you are given area 36. Then once you are given area, it means you can find the radius. Okay, but I'm not sure if this area applies to the A part. Okay, so that's why I'm leaving my answer in terms of R. Now we want to find the rates of increase in the what? In the area enclosed between the cycle and the square. So these are the areas enclosed between the cycle and the squares. These areas. So these areas, the area in green, so these are the areas enclosed between the cycle and the square. And now how can we find this area? This area we're going to see is nothing but the area of the square minus the area of the cycle. So let's say area of enclosed is equals to the area of the square minus what? The area of the cycle. Now, what is the area of a square? We know the formula for the area of this square. I think we already used it here, which is going to be 4 pi r square minus area of the cycle. Area of the square is what? Yes, this is the area of the square, which is yes, a square. So area of a cycle, there's going to be pi to it. It's going to be pi r what? R square. This is the area of the cycle. And now this is going to be our area of the enclosed. Let me just use E then. E. Okay. Now, if you differentiate, we will have what? D area of the enclosed with respect to T is going to differentiate everywhere. It's going to be d dt of 4r square minus what? D dt of pi r square as well. So what do we have here? This is going to be dA dt is going to be, this is just going to be 4 is a constant. So you will have 2r dr dt and here pi is a constant, then this is r square. So we will have what? Also 2r dr dt. Now, I think we know the r dt in every case. We know the r dt already. Yes, we know the r dt in this case. Look at the r dt. All right. So, but what we don't know is what is r. We don't know r. But we are given in the B part, we are given that the area is what? Is 36 inch square per what? I think 36 what? 36 pi inch square. So you have 36 pi inch square. So, but we know that area of a circle is what? Is pi r square. So if the area is 36, so we have 36 pi is going to be pi r square. So clearly r square is just going to be 36. Then it means the radius is going to be the positive part, the positive root, which is 6. So this, we just come here and substitute. This is 4 times what? 2 times 6 times dr dt. If you like, you can take dr dt as a common factor. It's the same, just to simplify. So we have dr dt, and here will be what? Will be 8r minus what? 2 pi r, right? And now if we put the value of the r dt, what is the value of the r dt? Is 4 over 2 pi. So we have 4 over 2 pi. Here you have 8 times what? 6 minus 2 pi times what? Times 6. So this is what we have. And you can see 6 is common. You can even take 6 out. So that here you have times 6. And here you just have 8 minus what? So here we have, here will just be what? We'll have 12. So we'll have 12 over pi into 8 minus 2 pi. And I think 12 times 8, I think is around 96, right? So you have 96 over pi, then minus, if you expand this will just give us 24, because pi will cancel pi. And your answer should be in what? In inch square per second, because it's area. So this is inch square per second. All right.